Hello, and welcome back to the Make Math Make Sense series or the Math Made Easy series. And today we are going to be talking about a very interesting concept called logarithms. And this is one that I know students will have some difficulties with. And even when I was a student, I had some difficulties with it. But after being surrounded by math for so long and just thinking about and understanding the topic for so long, I think that this this lesson will be very useful for you guys, and so hopefully you find some usefulness out of this lesson. So before I start actually like writing the word log on the board and hitting you guys with some complicated topics right off the bat, I want to start simple as I always do, and then work our way up conceptually. So to make sure you guys understand the idea. So I'm gonna write the number 1000 on the board right now. And I want to ask you guys, how do we know that this number represents 1000? Like, how do we get here? You know? And I'm gonna just let you guys know that this number is made up of 10 cubed plus times a constant. But I'm not going to be writing the constant because that's going to take that's going to take some time. But just know that there's a constant that we multiply there. So it's going to be 10 cubed plus 10 squared plus 10 to the power of 1 plus 10 to the power of 0. And all of these sums, this whole sum gets us to 1000. And just think about this for a moment, because we are basically using um, exponents and the power of 10. We're in base 10 right here, to get to the um, value of 1000. So we are in base 10, and we use base 10 in order to write our notation system. Something else that might look familiar to you is, or maybe not, but it's binary, and zeros and ones and how they represent different things. This is actually log base 2, you know, and the reason it's log base 2 is because we have two numbers, 0 or 1. And the reason this is log base 10 is because we have 10 numbers to choose from. That's 0 through 9 inclusive. Obviously we can choose 0 through 9, and that represents the 10 digits that we can choose. So conceptually, this is how logarithms essentially are, how they usually work. So basically, and just right off the bat, I want to say, if nobody says like what base the if no one says what base the logarithm is in, then they're usually referring to log base 10. Unless it's ln, which is the natural log, then it's in log base e. But usually we're going to be working with log base 10 because it's common, it's normal. So basically, log base 10, let's just put something up here. Let's say it's just log base 10 of 10, and this equals x. The formula I like to use, well, it's not really a formula, just the acronym I like to use, and I'm not really sure if anyone still says this word bay, but think of it like this. It's B, A, and E. And B is to refer to the base, A is to refer to the answer, and E is to refer to exponent. And as for answer, sometimes they're going to ask you for the answer to be like the exponent, but the answer sometimes will be like you move the B over here and then you get the answer. But that sounds kind of confusing, but we'll get to it in just in a second here. So the way logarithms are supposed to work is that logarithms are the opposite of exponents. And so what you want to do is you want to move the base from here and just move it to here. Okay, and so then you're going to have b to the power of e, and that's going to equal your a. So, and then we can say log a. So hopefully that makes sense. So in this example, working with log base 10 of 10 equals x, all we have to do is move 10 here, and then we have 10 to the power of x. And then we ask ourselves, 10 to what power equals 10? And then, obviously, like, you guys should say, like, 1, because 10 to the power of 1 equals 10. So that's going to equal 1. And so it's really that simple. Like, obviously, like, it's going to take some time to get used to it, but after some practice, you're going to get the hang of it. And so let's just do like a few extra problems, and then we can call it a video. And I plan to upload another video just having more practice regarding logarithms. This is a more conceptual video, so you guys can get your feet wet. But I have another video dedicated to more of the properties of logarithms, and adding and subtracting and all that interesting stuff. So let's say we have another log. Let's say it's log base 2 of let's say 4, okay? And let's just say it's equal to x. So as before, we move the 2 here, and then we ask ourselves, 2 to what power equals 4? And then we know that 2 squared equals 4. So the answer to this problem just equals 2. And the answer to this problem just equals 1, just to make sure. And so basically, yeah, it's really that simple. I mean, it's just, you move the base over to the exponent, and then you ask yourselves, what to what power equals the answer that they're asking. And then that's usually the answer. One final problem that I'll leave you guys with, and then we can wrap up the video. I'll ask you, what does log base 100 of 1 equal? Maybe pause the video a bit and, pause the video and unpause when you have the answer. Okay, so basically, we have to ask ourselves, just like last time, 100 raised to what power? 100 raised to what power equals 1? And the answer to this is actually 0, because anything raised to the power of 0 equals 1. And so, yeah, that's it for the video. That's it for the lesson today, guys. Be on the lookout for extra practice problems. If you, in another video, if you need more problems to get used to this. But as for this video, I just wanted to convey the concept of logarithms and maybe make them not as hard as you thought they were, but they can be kind of tricky. But after some practice, after some time, you guys will realize like how fairly simple this is, because it really is just like switching and stuff. But anyways, that's the video, guys. Take care. Hopefully, if you found something useful from this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more mathematical content. Thanks, and have a good one.